Hi, welcome to another video of ArcoLinux. This is going to be a release video. I'm going to assume you're new to ArcoLinux, right? And in the end, of course, we'll get to the release article, which is waiting for us here. But there is a lot of stuff already happening on this page, just the information website. So the info stands for you want to have information, it's going to be here. There are other websites who will show you information about Linux in general, about XFCE or BSPWM, about the ArcoLinux DISO, about ArcoLinux, about how to build your own ISO. This is just an awesome possibility. We can never build an ISO that's going to be great for everybody, right? You don't want Firefox, so you do want it, put it on your ISO, build it yourself. And then there is the A to Z, build it from scratch, learn, analyze, and make Carly. So there's lots of information, and don't forget the forum information that people help each other. Like, I have this issue, I've solved it like this. So help each other on forums, Discord, Telegram. That's what this community, well, in general, what Linux is about, helping each other. What information is there? We have not 21, but 22 new ISOs. This means that we have a new desktop. It's called IceWM, and this is an image of IceWM, right? We have a menu that's floating, but you can also click here. It's going to stay here, but it's floating menu. I'll leave you discover IceWM. It's a great way to work with ArcoLinux because there is so many ways to install any desktop, right? Which means today 19 desktops, and there are 2 on the way. There is Sway, there is DWM. We're thinking about Enlightenment, and I mean, it goes on. The list it seems to be endless. So there are lots of options. Take a look at it. There's a great way to get any desktop on your system, right? Your operating system. With the tweak tool, you can install now 19 desktops. So IceWM is already included. If you update it, right, it's there. You can also use the ArcoLinux D scripts, and the idea is actually to give you a feeling of, hey, this is ArcoLinux look to the left, and that's the look we provide, right? Out of the box, ArcoLinux says this, and we do a lot of work in the tweaking department, the rising department, like some people say, rice. We also made a new package here for the ArcoLinux Spices. What's this? Well, we like you to learn. Take a look at our learning phases. At some point in time, we say maybe you could go to ArcoLinux and then install from scratch. It's a long process. It's a learning process. It's interesting. But you might be missing some ArcoLinux stuff, all the bash RC, the aliases, and so on, right? You could install ArcoLinux packages on any ArcoLinux based distro. All you need is to push some buttons and you get these elements in. What else is there to say? You go to the right and have a look here. We are in our 4th work year. So we have 3 years of ArcoLinux, and our work year always starts in September and then ends in July, right? And August is our holiday month. So we aim for a bi-monthly release. So last year we did a monthly release, but with 22 ISOs to build and test, it's a lot of work and a lot of stress even to test them all for the beta testers, the core members, everybody, right? So we're going for a bi-monthly release, which will give us some time to develop more or make more tutorials, because frankly, personally, my job there is I'm frankly behind all the teaching of all the releases of Spectre WM, Ukui, and now IceWM. I need to explain, well, make tutorials about these 3, but you need time for that. So a bi-monthly release will be better. So mid-November is the next one, mid-January, mid-March, mid-May, mid-July, meaning August, holiday, and the next year coming on will be our 5th year then. What else? Join us, guys. We communicate with you, right? We say, hey, don't build now. ArcoLinux B, don't build now. Or you'll see this error. It's no problem, no issue. We join you via these two guys. This is more, Telegram is more chit chat. You can talk about anything you want, but Discord is just ArcoLinux, right? It's really the core business. There are lots of videos. Every issue we are at 1,600, I think, already. So I should update this here. But a lot of videos, and if there are issues, think, okay, users will have problem with that. A video comes out and we put it on Discord, Facebook, maybe an old social media thing, but of course, certainly on Discord and Telegram. People are, well, Calamares is a great thing. First of all, Calamares is not from us. It's from github.com Calamares, right? It's from Adrian and his crew who give us a free, important word, installer, a graphical installer, also very important because ArcoLinux Phase 5 is a black screen. Maybe you have seen some videos, it's typing commands, right? But this is click, 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 click. And 6 windows later, well, we have some more windows these days because we want you to have this choice to install lots of software in Calamares, right? Not afterwards. So learn about Calamares. It's a versatile tool, but the other day, I think yesterday it was, somebody had problems with Calamares and it didn't work, right? The only thing to improve Linux is for you to put in time. Report to github.com Calamares and say, guys, I have an issue. Your tool does not work on my hardware because it's often hardware related, not software related, right? But if they don't know the problem, it will never be fixed, right? So I encourage you guys to, if you have an issue with Calamares, to make them aware, and they'll ask information. Don't be afraid that it's going to be too technical. They'll just ask questions and then say, put this in your terminal or something like that, and copy paste, and then you give the output and they'll know a little bit more how to fix it. We have also a cheat sheet. It's important to know what I call Lego blocks, right? Packages you can install, desktops with 1 or 2 words. It's crazy, right? It's awesome, really. And the cheat sheet gives us a list of all the packages for every desktop there is. And it's interesting, for instance, if you install a desktop with ArcoLinux TUI tool, you'll discover Ctrl-Alt-E. That's the shortcut. And Ctrl-Alt-W is also an important one, right? These two. And if you want to uninstall the desktops, well, these are the things. The first line here is the lines, certainly the lines you need to try to uninstall, but it's not that easy. That's why we don't have a uninstall button on ArcoLinux TUI tool, because it's just not feasible, right? If you're really new to ArcoLinux, well, this is a nice thing. In a nutshell, very short, hey, this is ArcoLinux. Don't forget we have a fun script. You can have all these colors and these design things and pipes and stuff like that. And that's a lot of information already on one page. I'll leave you to take a look at all the rest. There are lots of things, information here, start here, choose your project, what the idea is, the vision, who we are, and so on, gallery, blog, etc. Well, this is also an interesting button if you think, hey, these guys deserve some more financial donations. Well, great. So let's go to the real article. So every month there is a stay rolling video, done that already, and there is a hey, what's new video, because July was the last ISO where lots of things have happened in the meantime, and we just give an overview of hey, this is going on. So this is actually one of the must-see videos. Well, the first things first, the release of September 2020, I'm gonna focus on the workflow. So it means that, and I suppose it's understandable that people don't know that, but in the back end, in the back office, there's a lot going on, a lot of work, a lot of scripting, a lot of administrative work that's tedious, that's nothing to do with Linux or ArcoLinux or the fun and the passion we have for it, but it's just a it needs to be done, right? Otherwise you don't have an ISO. So what we're gonna do is delegate more and more stuff to our core members, right? For instance, Marco here has built the complete release of September. So all the ISOs have been built by Marco. ISWM has been created by Nato. So we continue to do a lot of work, which you won't see, which is going to be helpful in case, for example, any of us gets this nice disease we have this year here, Corona, or another virus. Everything just keeps running. So that's the point, and that's my focus on this year. Is everybody should be able to do anything that involves ArcoLinux, right? Of course, we'll continue to develop new desktops and make tutorials about them, and sharing knowledge is indeed a central theme at ArcoLinux. And yes, we are very, very happy that John Blevin and Steve Younger are part of the core team, which means we'll have a stable core for this year, and I'll be delegating lots of stuff, making more scripts, so it's easy for people to just say, okay, push the ISOs to seathost, push the ISOs to SourceForge, etc. All right, so let's go over. ISWM has been developed by Nato. Great, right? We'll release the ISO when all beta testers have tested it. Yes, it has been released. I'm happy to report. We'll just release it with all the others. Which means Eric will have to make tutorials, right? But that's for later. I just included this again. If you've missed the July version, we're not working really anymore in our system here. You can see it already here. There is no reference version this or version that. No, we are rolling, which means don't ask us, hey, what version is this? There is no version. We are just rolling. That's the point of the idea that people should stop thinking about in boxes like this is this ISO and that is that ISO. Yes, you started with a number, but if you type update, scale up all, you're up to date, right? So it's not an important number at all. I've been saying that for 3 years and now it's out. There are no more numbers. All right. So that's just a repetition. I said it in July, but just to make sure everybody knows, there is, however, this alias. If you have a clean install, that is, then you'll see, if you type in the letters ISO, you'll see just what ISO did I start with. That's the only information, right? It's never going to be updated. It's a fixed file. Just remember, oh yeah, I started with the July version. That's it. Again, to make aware of people, don't come asking in October, hey, when are the ISOs going to be released? There will be no ISOs in October, right? November. Okay, again, some information that build your own ISO. It's unique, it's great, it's fun. You can put whatever application you like on your personal ISO. Don't download the ISO. Don't. Build it. Building is here. Read about it. All right, building ISOs in Arch ISO. We had a lot of work. Arch ISO has changed considerably, really. And we've, if you followed the Carly 8 videos, which is here, Carly, ArcoLinux ISO, built the ISO from scratch. We are at version 8. You'll see that ArcoLinux, right, has a package called Arch ISO. And they use it to build their ArcoLinux ISO. We use it to build our ArcoLinux ISO, to build our Carly ISO, and all the other Arch-based systems. Now it changed that dramatically that we need to, investigate all the time, and that's Carly 8. What's going on and how to change the build script, because that's important, of course. So we've added to the ArcoLinux B GitHubs, if you download the way to build an Arch ISO, well, an ArcoLinux B ISO, right? It has a Arch ISO README. The point is you should use the correct version. You can query the version and then you see, oh, I should downgrade the version, but it's all explained nicely in this little file. And a video, of course. That's who we are, articles, videos. But again, maybe if you're new, download the YouTube is not our channel. YouTube is used to have videos in our websites. The red line is the website. It's not YouTube. People just go looking on YouTube, which is okay. But the texts, the logic, the structure is here in the websites. That's where you find it. And yes, you'll find the YouTube video in an article. But, right, just don't use YouTube alone, because the search of YouTube, we have no impact there. Whatever. What it puts out, we don't know, right? But in the websites, we do have some control over categories and articles and tags and so on. So use the search. At some point in time, not that long ago, suddenly Arc crew decided to stop supporting OpenBox, and maybe they're right, but anyway, we were surprised, and we got this white thing here. So, oh my god, what's this? So if you're a user of OpenBox, you need to now install OpenBox ArcGit. We've built it on our, we've put it on our repo, which is maybe a little technical for somebody who starts out in Arch Linux or ArcoLinux. There is the AUR, the Arch User Repository, which holds recipes, package builds. And that's what we've done. We've grabbed that package build and we said, let's build it and let's put it on our repository, catalog, library. And now it's now from us. It's coming from us and not from AUR. Okay, it's pre-built. So another video about that. The conkeys changed somewhere in our holiday, I think more to the end of August. Conkeys were the old code. We've had support like, I think maybe for 5 years already, right? 5 years ago, they say the conky, there's a new Lua syntax. And I said, okay, let's go over it. Let's go to the new syntax. Made all my conkeys with the new syntax. And it took like, until now, for the support for the old conky code to disappear. Right, that's it. So what we've done is we've changed the few, I think 5 or 6, I think conkeys, and out of 30 or 40 conkeys we have, had the old syntax, and we've converted them to the new syntax. And there's a video here for people who have other conkeys. So our conkeys are okay. ArcoLinux conkeys don't have to do anything. But if you have a personal conky that you like, and it's still the old syntax, you can convert it with this little tool in the video. So like I said, Kali 8 was, I think, more to the end of August thing. We discovered another Arch ISO update, and we made a Kali 8 video, how to build, in this case, Plasma, as you see, but you can build anything, and we've made some examples in, I think it was Kali 7, because it's, frankly, it's simple. I mean, just look up ArchWiki XFC, right? And then it says install XFC4 XFC4 goodies. That's it. 2 words and you have a XFC system. So basically that's what you do here in Kali. At the end, you add 2 packages. Done, you have a desktop. And then some more work, right? Some rising, some theming, and so on. We have a script indeed to make the Bluetooth icon visible. A Bluetooth icon is this. If you don't use the Bluetooth icon, well, you're not worried, right? You don't have it, the hardware, then no issue there. But sometimes, depending on what desktop you are, it's still not visible, and it has to do with the fact that Blueberry is coming from Linux Mint. Again, a message, guys, think out of the box. Arch Linux, yes, Linux Mint. That's where it's coming from, and they changed something about the visibility of symbolic icons. So we can make it visible again. And then I've reported it in May, so I guess they will not change it, and we'll change it for them on our systems. So that's what we do, right? In the bin folder, have a look what's in there. We don't want, as a general rule, we don't want frustration, just fun. And the thing is, where can I find the information to get rid of the frustration? Often it's in the bin. There are scripts in there to show the PAMAC icons, to show this Bluetooth icon, stuff like that. Or we'll make a video about it, right? If it's more technical, we make a video. Again, it's the same thing about this Bluetooth icon, but that's the trouble of it. It's not a file, it's hidden away in a dconf, which is a file, I know, but it's kind of database, and the problem is that, well, it's not an easy way to edit it and to copy paste it over, etc. But this is basically what it's about. Use symbolic icons off. And that's done. So we'll do it for you, but if you stay rolling, well, this is what you need to do to have, again, a icon there for your Bluetooth, or you run your R script. So, sorry, that's why they are behind each other. Do it manually, do it with a script. A little fun script, Darth Vader. Take a look, by the way, in the bin folder again, that's where they are. BSPWM, yeah, true. This is actually a tip from a user, so please keep giving us tips, because it will only improve the experience of everyone, right? So this blue thing used to be white. The tip was, if something is there, if an application is there, color it, but also keep the icon colored if on 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 4th workspace, something is open, and on the 6th one as well. So if anything is open there, the color is now blue on BSPWM. That's one of our 19 desktops. Deeping, ArcoLinux had a nice, beautiful logo of ArcoLinux here, and we said, nope, it's gonna be a ArcoLinux logo. We've changed that in Deeping. In Mate, we'll just, well, go quickly over it because these are all the same things. We'd like to have D menu available, so Ctrl-Shift-D, and we'd like to have that. In Plasma, it's this that opens, right? So you can have a similar experience as the D menu, but it's still Plasma. But Ctrl-D will open a D menu on different kind of desktops, right? Or a print screen here to make some screenshots. So it's the cherry on the cake is that the expressions. It's really finishing things. So that's all that. Ctrl-T. We will be delegating work. If you want to delegate work, you need to be able to sign packages, right? If we do a Ctrl-Alt-T and an update, there is a check, the SIG file. The SIG says who signed the file. And that's what we'll do, and it's quite technical, but that's the back office work we'll have to do to make sure that a package created by Marco, Nato, or any of the other core members, of course, that's signed, that Pacman understands everything, and this is together with that information. That's why we've added 3 files to make sure that the key servers respond and that they find the keys, etc. So if you stay rolling, it says here, if you stay rolling, you'll find it here. If you haven't had any issues, don't bother, right? But if you recognize this, oh my God, that's the key problem I always have. I want to import a key, and then the key server says something like error, right? Well, try out if you can add these 3 lines to your GPG conf, if it improves. It might, right? Okay, Calamares, we're using 3.2.29. At this point in time, we're already testing 3.2.30, which is, again, a little bit better. Well, that's the point with Calamares, right? always improve, improve, improve. So if, again, please, if Calamares gives you an issue, report it to the website here. More info here, report it to the guys, and everybody gets a better Calamares, right? With ISWM, we have also changed variety, but there was also a developer's new config in, so we keep track of what's happening, and then we adapt our config. Plasma, yeah, we had Yakuaka, we had this icon suddenly down here, and there are already so many icons, so we've set to the system tray icon, you don't need to be there. F12, that's the thing of Yakuake, right? That's Plasma for you, only Plasma. The others are XFC or Goik or others. To do next month, well, yeah, we probably need to continue with Carly, but I'm waiting a little bit for Arch ISO to settle down. So ArcoLinux is really changing it upside down, this Arch ISO package. So let's wait till the dust settles and make a Carly 9, I think, right? Development of Sway, it's going slow, but we'll get there. Development of DWM, yes, we'll get there. Tutorials for Spectre WM, haven't said anything about Enlightenment, but that's also in the pipeline. Tutorials for Spectre WM, that's up to me to make. Ukui, that's up to me to make. And ISWM, so still a lot of work. When I say tutorials, it's just, it's ArcoLinux D, it's ArcoLinux B, and it's ArcoLinux. We also tell you, look, if you want to install ArcoLinux, so it needs to go in here, phase 3, GUI, Spectre WM, ISWM should be in here, but also here, this one, right? Also here. Start with ArcoLinux, the ISO, and then install elements. So there's still a lot of work to do on that department. That's up to me. All right, tutorials, how to stay rolling. Every single time we give you how to stay rolling, because you learn a lot about how to update. There's also, I should mention, a playlist on YouTube. Lots of playlists, I think over 100 playlists. And one specifically is about updating. There are so many issues that are no issues anymore if you have the knowledge. So all these videos tell you tips like first install ArcoLinux keyring or ArcoLinux keyring sudo pacman -s. ArcoLinux keyring, ArcoLinux keyring. Get the keys in, and then Pacman says, oh, okay, the package is all right, and it will install it, and the update will not stop, but will continue. So what's new? I'm gonna put this video instead of this one. That's an old one. And good to know, staying up to date is important on any operating system. Personally, I install some stuff afterwards, after any clean installation. It's really gonna be my working PC. Then I install some extra elements, so the ISO is not enough for me, but it never is, right? You either remove some stuff or you either add some stuff, and that's basically what I do. So you can reuse my scripts. The point is not to run it, no, the point is check out what I do, and maybe you can copy paste this Nemesis thing and say, I'm gonna make my own thing, and do that after an installation. There's also something called Arco Get Started. We're at version 8 this time. It's also on Discord. I often put it in the official channel and give this link there. It's a way to get up and running after so many installations we do. We sometimes want to work, right? And we want to have a system up and running in no time. And that's it. How to get started under 15 minutes. So I get to work again. Some aliases, there are important aliases. Check them out. You'll see the pin is normally at the right position, unless the server from Plasma is down. So it points to a specific server, which at this point in time is working, but it might not. It might be down for maintenance. If you want to know what package lists you want to, you can follow these links here to know what's in there. use our Calamares knowledge base. Calamares can do lots of things like encryption, like making home directories or having Windows separate with a Linux version and so on. All the info is in this category ArcoLinux applications, Calamares. Which means I am at the end. Which means, well, this video is at an end, and do not think I forgot anything. I just want to thank my core members. I feel greatly, I'm looking forward to 2020-2021 work year, knowing that we'll have a back office that's sturdy, that's solid, that's stable, that people can just say, Eric, I'll do that, or Eric, I do this, I'll do that, that everything will just well, stay rolling, right? Again, stay rolling. But basically, that's for me the most important thing for the release of September 2020. We've become an adult distribution. That's my feeling, of course. That's my perception. That after 3 years of developing, we are where we want to be, right? Next thing is making sure that we stay there and that people get my knowledge in, so the back office runs smoothly. That's the point. And with this team we have here and the 2 new members, I'm really looking forward to working with them and having fun, right? Because one of the things why we do it is the passion, the fun, the jokes, and the good vibes, Ranel, right? It's important, guys. We invite you to join us, but just one basic rule. We're doing this for free, but we want to have a good vibe feeling. If we see people that are not really up to spec, so to speak, that are not joining in on this good vibe feeling, but rather trollers or, bashers or disrespectful and all that, they just get kicked out. We want to have fun, we have passion, we want to put on our computer and not think, oh my god, is he back there? No, we just want to have to do our thing, really, to do our thing and to have fun. So you're welcome to join us. You're also welcome to donate us, because all these things do cost money, and one of those is SeedHost, for example, where we host our ISOs. Do take a look at, if you can download from SourceForge, that would be good, because that's free, right? So downloading ISOs, there are 2 solutions, or 3 really. So this is SeedHost here, SourceForge is here, so this is all for free. But here we have to pay for the bandwidth, right? So if you can download, well, do it via SourceForge, and if it's really too slow, sure, of course, do take SeedHost, right? All right, donate if you can. This is a university. It's just not a name, but it is, in fact, a lot of information that we have. I really should update. I'm gonna put the update in here. I think we're at 1,500, 1,600 videos. It's a lot of information we put out there, knowledge, and it will be usable for other Linux systems, because Linux is Linux, right? Yes, sudo pacman is really specific, but there is a lot of things and in analysis that's really the same, and we do want you to think out of the box. All right, learn, have fun, and enjoy. Cheers.